Hello everybody and welcome to another reaction video, and today we're going a little bit outside of our usual and we're going to be reacting to ICP, or Insane Clown Posse. Now I do own a number of ICP albums. I've heard considerable amounts of their stuff, although after they did the Joker's Card anthology, ending with Great Metalhead, I believe it was. Not Great Metalhead, that was one of the early ones. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Jekyll Brothers. They then did the Bizarre albums. I have one of them. And then they did two albums, the Wraith Shangri-La and the Wraith Hell's Pit. Now I have the Hell's Pit album and I didn't like it. It wasn't the same as their Joker's Card anthology, which I quite enjoyed. So anyway, I've been asked to react to 6 Foot 7 Foot by Insane Clown Posse, and this is featuring someone called Lyte, who I've never heard of either. So, like I say, I'm familiar with Insane Clown Posse, but I don't know what to expect from this because it can go one of two ways. It can either be the stuff of theirs that I enjoy, or it could end up being similar to the Hell's Pit album, which I really didn't like at all. So we'll go straight into it, see what happens. And I do have the lyrics here. Ooh, what's going on? I've just gone and screwed up my whole window. There we go. I can't expect there to be much meaning behind their lyrics. There generally isn't. Nothing against them. I mean, they write brilliantly, but we'll see. So yeah, we'll get straight into it. So 6 Foot 7 Foot, 7 Foot by ICP.
Excuse my charisma, like an escape prisoner. Hoes got me in some hot pursuit, cause I can shoot my jisma like a fire hose. I suppose my glowing shine is my proof from the truth. Groups of hoes love my stigma. I'm aloof and gone with my ninja proof like an enigma. Suppose hoes fucking dead and hoes with my action figure. Dre and Snoop stop the coop and your two-player split you with my froze on my toes. King of pop pose, it's your life is the shit that's fly your brains out. Ozzy, jump out the lights into the pit, kamikaze. Suck on a grenade, pop until your top splatter. Serve it at your funeral, appetizer platter. Hit on a brick wall until your skull shatter. Let a horse sit on your face, 400 pounds of fatter. Don't matter, fuck your stepsister, pussy drama. Hit the church of Scientology, a suicide bomber. I'll be the first to admit it gets worse. I'm a sex addict, gotta stab your daughter, sister, or your mama. Or niece, cousin, auntie, grandma. I'm going back in, okay. Lost my mind, it's somewhere out there missing. Seen an elephant and a chipmunk fucking and tongue kissing. Is that statutory? Do you fuck thistle? I ain't dissing. Used to have rock guitars, but now they Bobby Moore's missing. Fade into obscurity, got one chance, don't blow this. Didn't make it, fell underneath. No heart to show us. Some hate us cause it's ICP, they hear and know this. And downgrade their record companies like retards. Ogres. Talking to myself, please commit a mass murder. Barbecue their bodies, want some cheese on your ass burger? Get served.
Well, I mean, it's not a terrible track, from what I know of their music, but it's far from their best. I'll say that much. I don't hate it, but I can't say I particularly love it much either. Because normally they pulled out some normally quite funny lyrics, which is one of the things I loved about them. You know, they were good at writing and they were funny along with it. This is not so much. Let's carry on.
I'm Saggy the Clown, bitch, later from Detroit Southwest. With 40 miles on it, shit's bird. I flip birds, 40 bottles through your mouth, Joey. You've got your own fucking album out. So, real killer all day and forever. When will we expire or retire, bitch? Never. Every week we complete and freak a brand new endeavor. I'm trying to fuck Whitney Payton, she always always hating though. Whatever. Nova cock swallow, bought a product based on. I'm trying to hit that net and I don't wanna do no bass song. You looking for the rub shit? I'm looking for a rub down. Erotic city uptown. The psychopathic stroke. Popping 2 Adderall, 3 Viagra's and Molly. Fucking 2 drunk cougars, backseat of a Denali. Everything you need just drop a complete miss. But George Daddy's pockets deeper than the abyss. Nice offices, a studio that everyone uses. So you must be magic. Every move they'll make loses. Paper chasing toilet paper, I already caught you. 2 paid off houses, 2 issues, I bought you. Adversaries, I'll see cemeteries when I bought you. Took Michael Jackson's daughter, fucking Janet, as I watched you. Jump steady, torture, we ought to support our own goals. With things like telephone poles, digging out hella blows. Let's become us in our own clothes, no finger gloves and white rags. Stunners like Stone Cold, we bling and stuff with hatchet flags. Some of us grown old and hotties fucking out pajamas. Always my full opening in the eyes, excuse my manners.
Word to my mama, I'm hotter than lava clean. You a wannabe, I'm bombing your team. Now it's a drama scene that's operating. I have you missing like Hopper, like Dr. King. I got a dream and a vision so proper. When it comes to cash, I'm a monster. Cause all I do is seek guap, and I got the work stuffed in the pussy. That's a G-spot. Keep sleeping on me, I'm in your dreams like who the fuck how you feeling? I'm a villain just like Lex Luthor. And your hoe, I'm a doer. She about to blow like a tuba. You're talking wrong, I'm letting go of that Ruger. I be
Now, one thing I've noticed about this is there isn't very much of Shaggy in it. I mean, he was in it very briefly, said like maybe 4 or 5 lines, and then just disappeared from the track, and that's quite disappointing because I used to love the way they did, like, they alternated in their songs. I don't know who this guy is, this Lyte, but I'm not a fan of his style. I'm not a big fan of his style. And like I said before, it's not the worst track of theirs I've heard, but it's definitely not one of their best. Turns out the lyrics that I brought up wasn't the entire set of lyrics, so I've actually run out of lyrics to read. And no, just can't be bothered looking up any more of them. Plus the fact half the time it's not that hard to understand what they're saying. Anyway, carry on.
laughing about your rapping while I'm cracking the ruler. Shout out to psychopathic for splitting them half with that cooler. They ain't live as I tear it up like a Ruger. It's a small thing to a giant and maybe soft as a looper. Jay, motherfuckers already know that type of show. I'm a ride when I load that nine and I blow your mind for the flow of the grind. Yes, I'm a pro with a rhyme. Roll in the prime and a dope and a shine for the dope. I climb and I throw my side. Better get it better when I come for your throat and your spine. Let it soak in your swine. Pussy, I'm a man of my word and I'll always be ahead. I'm a bust, feel that rush, so you know it's me. Fly City certified, my star, you dig the hurt Lizzle.
17 wasn't hatchet man. 17 glaciers. 17 Southwestern lights. It ain't a dream. Disco ball. 17 listening. 17 shing shing shimmer shing shing. 17.
Okay, that little bit at the end was quite amusing. But in general, not a big fan of that track at all. Like I said, it's not the worst. It just seems like after they released the Bizarre albums, they just went, I don't want to say mainstream, but they just sort of fell into the same stuff that all these other sort of gangster rappers, or whatever you want to call them, go into. You know, before they had songs, they had which had like little funny stories to them. They had a bit of comedy in there, you know. And like I said, there was the alternation between Violent J and Shaggy, and that was good. I liked that. I enjoyed that. But since the Hell's Pit albums, or not the Hell's Pit, well, since Hell's Pit, which was the last one of theirs that I heard, they've just gone very boring. So, and there wasn't even much music behind it either. There wasn't much in the way of music at all. It was just the sort of boom, boom, boom in the background, and them rapping over the top of it, which again they used to have more substance to the music. So you know, whilst I do like ICP, did not like that track very much. Didn't hate it, but not a big fan. So yeah, but then, you know, they can't all be winners, can they? We'll leave it at that. Thank you very, very much for watching. If you want to suggest any other tracks, whether it be ICP, you know, it could be hip hop, it could be rap, it could be metal, classical, opera, what have you, by all means, let me know. Drop me a comment in the comment section below, or, you know, drop me a message on Instagram, and I'll try and get round to doing it. But for the time being, leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching. See you later.
I'm Shaggy the Clown, bitch. Murder from Detroit Southwest. You 40 miles on a Pittsburgh. I flip birds, 40 bottles through your mouth, Joey. You've got your own fucking album out. So, real killer all day and forever.